All right, so we're recording. That means we've officially begun our meeting. And so welcome to the December. Can you believe it's December? Like, I still feel like we just had New Year's Eve. But the December Awareness Group meeting. So yeah, thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. And so far these are our attendees. Thank you for attending. Thank you for participating. Full disclosure though, we're going to need to end this like 10 minutes earlier, so we're going to try to work through all these as fast as possible, and I think we're going to be able to do that because it's been a pretty light month considering it's been a U.S. holiday. And yeah, so here we go. So our normal agenda, we're going to review our primary goals briefly. We're going to just go through this. What takes up most of our meeting is talking about progress since the previous meeting. And then if we need to set any new goals, we do that. If we need to review the long-term goals, we do that as well. And then there's an open forum. All right. So as far as our primary individual goals, we need to make sure everybody's at least, has something that they want to help focus on. So whether you're championing or co-championing something, we just need to make sure everybody has at least one thing that they're trying to help out with. And then to that end, do at least 2 things a month. So, that's not a huge ask, but those 2 things could be including helping generate that snowball effect. So, letting other people know that they can participate too. So that way we're not doing all the work. And as an example, I just did that with Anna. I'm probably going to mess up her last name, but DeMulder, something like that. But in Facebook, she had this, some really good tips about preventing bots from, using up bandwidth and doing things on the DNN site using Cloudflare. So I was like, hey, you can blog about that. And so we got, she sounded like she's willing to do that. And so got her in contact with Clint so she can get access.
And her has been created, video cut, and emailed back to her within 4 hours of her asking.
Well, look at that. Nice. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And then keeping in constant contact. So that's whatever method that you prefer. We obviously use Slack by default. But yeah, those are our primary goals. So the big thing here is do at least 2 things a month. All right. So these are our areas that we update. So if anybody's seeing this for the first time, whether it's on the recording or now live, so community dashboard. So that's basically going to be kind of a metrics, graph-driven area that's going to end up on the DNN site to help us understand, where is the community health-wise. There's a lot of different metrics that we're going to be tracking and the trends that for those metrics as well. Speaker program. So the speaker program, the intent there is to have a way for user groups and speakers alike to have canned presentations that they can use for future events, and also to match up user groups with speakers. And then user group program, reviving that. So getting the program back on the website and getting user groups to use it, and so that way people can find user groups and user groups can find people. And increasing social activity, I think that's self-explanatory. Blogs, self-explanatory. YouTube, videos, tutorials, and it doesn't have to be just YouTube, but self-explanatory. Training course, so having a commercially available training course in as many places as we can. Tracy has an update on that, so we'll talk more about that later. Curriculum, having curriculum that schools can use, so that way people can get their hands on DNN early and understand what it is, how to use it, and hopefully have more instances of it. And then increasing a number of new and updated extensions, so whether it's modules, themes, or otherwise. And updating the DNN website, more news on that in a bit. That's going to be exciting. And theme creation, so open source themes that are available using contemporary standards. So because there's so few open source themes, that has its own separate breakout focus other than the extensions, even though they're technically an extension. All right. So with updates, I don't think Jay was able to make it. He said he had a conflict, but he has, we don't have access to this site yet. I don't think we got a link to that. But he, as far as the dashboard, he's already have a beta version out there, and he's putting it in Azure. We did not get a URL to it, so we'll get that hopefully maybe later today. So there's been a lot of progress with that. Jay is also the primary person leading our effort behind the DNN homepage and messaging, so updating the DNN website. At this point, Jay's not here, but he basically finalized the document. And the exciting update here is that we have a follow-up meeting today. We're meeting with Andy to discuss the plan and what our next course of action is right after this meeting. So, and Mr. Poindexter is joining us. Let me update this. There we go. Yeah, so there's going to be a large handful of us in the meeting, and so Jay is going to be presenting the plan that we all collaborated on, and we're going to get his feedback and determine what our next steps are. So this is going to be exciting, and hopefully as many of you as want to and can will participate in helping to implement these things that we're planning to do. All right, so increasing social activity. This technically doesn't have a champion, and this is something that might end up running itself with the dashboard. You know, if you're not following the DNN Awareness Twitter handle, you know, you should, because basically it just aggregates everything, so you don't have to keep your eye out open for it. You can just go look at that particular account and see what's been happening. And it has been busy over the past month, that's for sure. Does anybody have any specific? Is anybody else having video issues? Looks like Tiho is.
It's fine here.
Fine here.
Okay, so Tiho, looks like it might be a Netherlands thing. I don't know. He's having issues with the connectivity. John Galloway is going to be a keynote speaker at DNN Summit. Wow. Well, there we go. Anybody have any specific social activity updates? So, so John Galloway.
So from the DNN Summit account, we have tweeted screenshots of every session and mentioned speakers that have Twitter handles. David has also queued those same images with similar messages, but perhaps tweaked a little bit for the Facebook audience. So if you are a speaker and you're on Twitter, you probably got mentioned. So what we're doing is asking speakers to help promote not only their session, but the conference as well to drive traffic.
Yeah.
And Adderson is also doing interviews with the speakers. They are getting underway, I believe, starting today. So as far as social, there's been a lot of Summit Twitterage lately.
Sprocket has shared all of those and retweeted all of those as well.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate it.
And I take no credit for it. It's my lovely wife who is our social media manager here.
How do I underline that?
Yeah.
All right. Don't tell his wife. So I have an update on that. So one of the things that I have been doing is I've been using the DNN Summit thing as an opportunity for lead generation and sales, interactions. So, on a regular basis, a regular interval, people that I've either done business with or almost did business with or I'm trying to do business with, I'm obviously going to be contacting them on a regular basis, right? So as part of a sales and marketing process. A lot of people have newsletters for the business, and that's fine. But as far as the sales process, that's more of a personal touch usually, where you could have a templated email, or you might be writing, actual emails, per person or whatever. And so I've been using this myself as a reason to reach out to people, like, hey, did you hear that we're presenting, X sessions? Are you going to DNN Summit? And so, trying to help increase engagement in two different ways with one communication. Right, so that's an excuse to contact your clients if you have clients.
My clients say DNN, what is that?
Well, yeah, you can't do it with all clients. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah. All right. Anything else for the social activity? All right. So I usually take the time to go look over what blogs have been going out there before our meeting, but today I did not have time to do that. Does anybody have any updates about any particular the social memes? Yeah, we know the memes are coming, but yeah. So anybody got any specific updates they want to call out for blogs? Anything upcoming or
Well, so Mitchell posted one blog that was like DNN, .NET Core, and the road ahead or whatever. That's received some love. Like people have been checking it out. I'm going to the blog page now. Tico has been posting some blogs, which is good to see. Also, Chris Hammond. I'm not sure if anybody here knows or remembers him, but he used to be. No, Chris Hammond posted a blog about DNN Summit, which was very much appreciated. And yeah, and Francisco continues to, and Alessandra continue to translate blogs, which is awesome to see. Daniel continues to be the meeting minute taker and blog poster extraordinaire. He is a machine. So that's my blog update.
I'm a master of copy pasting.
Yeah, we completely understand, Francisco. And Francisco, we know it's a holiday where you are, so thank you for attending on your holiday. Don's calling out David. All right, moving on. So Adderson gave us an update via Slack. Give me a second to go in there real quick. There we go. So he did the monthly chat again. He did the Tudog meetup as well, and well, he did two for that. But Alessandra's joining us, and then he's about to start the DNN Summit speaker interviews. So that's going to start going as of today. I think he can't attend today because he's doing a video for that as well. And what was the other thing? Oh, DNN Open Friday. So we have them all in here. Awesome. Does anybody else have any other videos they want to call out?
Sorry, I was on mute. I was just talking with Clint, talked with them earlier as well, a couple weeks ago, about a DNN Does That campaign. Very short videos. Many of our videos are tutorials. They're wonderful. Adderson does a great job. A number of people put tutorials out there, but they're usually long and detailed. And what I'm looking to do is something very short to the point. The idea of DNN Does That is to show a website that does a particular thing, like an e-commerce website. And the question is, does DNN do e-commerce? Yes, DNN does that. And show a couple of screenshots or clicks through a website that shows how good it is. And then DNN does that and many things more. Go to someplace to learn more. Something quick like that. So I'm looking for example best case sites that would help illustrate that. Good name dropping. That kind of thing.
Yeah, that you did a few like proofs of concept before, and they were awesome. Yeah, so I don't think you need permission to keep doing that. I think you just keep going. Those are really great. And then as far as and as David said, as far as whether sorry, should have turned that off. All right. So as far as example sites, just call it out, and for people to give examples either in Slack or Facebook or both. And then you can have your pick of the litter, right?
Awesome. That's a great idea.
Awesome. Great. Thank you for doing that. Yeah, that's definitely something we need. Yeah, so like any additional content, there's no such thing as too much content. So if anybody wants to create videos about anything, even if you feel like somebody's already done it before, quote unquote, and have done it, it doesn't matter. You have your unique perspective, and it's okay. Yeah, anything else about videos? And I'm going to start removing the YouTube portion of it. Even though YouTube's probably the best distribution channel, doesn't mean that it has to be the only one.
You're going to be talking about the homepage of DNN or some place that we could send people after they see these awareness videos so that they can learn more specifically about the community and about the platform and not necessarily about folk.
Yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of places that could go, and it doesn't mean that it has to go in one place. It can go in many places. I don't think we need to say this is the only place that we put it, even though there could be like a primary place we point people to, for sure.
Got it.
Yeah. Let's see here. Okay, that's videos. New and updated extensions. Mr. John, do you have any Slack updates?
I just shoved a big fork of shell in my mouth. Hang on.
I didn't really hear him. Did somebody else hear him?
Sorry.
Yes, he's
sorry.
stewing. Give him a moment.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, he's still on.
Yeah, I shoved a big forkful of salad in my mouth right when you switched slides. Sorry.
Well, that's what we try to do here.
Yes, and I am a huge Slack fan, expert. I'm willing to give out any tutorials to anyone who might be struggling with it because I'm really, really good at it. So the two things I did this month for extensions is, one, I spent most of the month feeling guilty about not getting anything done. And then the second thing is I spent the last 24 hours dreading this meeting that I'd have to explain why I didn't do anything. Thanks for your contributions, John. Anytime. I'm glad. Glad I could help. Honestly, I just, if it makes anyone feel any better, I have 3-month-old doctor visits I'm supposed to follow up on. So I'm not even taking care of my own body, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, you're eating a salad.
I mean, well, you got to start somewhere. I'm sorry, I don't have anything, and my apologies.
Well, that's fine. We can't have a thorough update every month, but thank you for at least coming to the meeting and letting us know that. Yeah.
I'll try and do better for next month, I promise.
You need to see the tweet. Yeah, the top one. There you go.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah, just click on the top one there. It's got 122 replies right now, so you'll see.
Oh, wow. Yeah. That's crazy.
Just click on the top tweet. I mean, like, literally, yeah, there you go.
All right, we don't have time for that. All right. Thank you for your update, John. Curriculum, Lucas.
If we can go back to the new updated extensions, I don't have a lot to report. It's a 2-minute thing, but the core modules, they're still being maintained. There's been, most of them, all the popular ones are DNN 9.2 compatible, which is good news for people who want to upgrade. And November has been really busy. We haven't done much, but there's still new releases. The feedback module got a new release. Site log module got a DNN 9.2 compatibility. And the last 4 module meetings was actually on Thanksgiving, so I was alone. So we didn't have that meeting. And my area of focus was to revamp the blog module. We did a massive cleanup of the issues, but I did not have the bandwidth to actually start fixing what was left because I was involved a little bit more on the platform side of things, but it's my next area of focus. And everything is still, we have a good activity, even though it was a crazy busy month.
What was you said the feedback module had a release, and what was the other one?
Feedback and site log.
Oh, site log, okay.
Yeah, and that was kind of cross-channel because it was, well, I don't, and it was it's kind of cross-channel because you see how everything interlinks. It was in the DNN Open Friday that someone asked that he was using that for some use case and it was not working on 9.2, and it was like a half-hour fix to make it 9.2 compatible. So just put it there. So it solves for that guy and it's available for someone else who would like to use it.
Nice. Oh yeah, I have an update on this. Hold on, let me.
And another one that we got a request for was the banners module. I don't know a lot of people who would be using that, but it's basically working. It's just not responsive. So that's something I may check.
Yeah, the Ajax on that broke some time ago, actually.
Yeah, and the thing is that was made for very specific industry standard sizes. I don't know what's the industry standard now relating to banners, skyscraper and square and all these things, given that everything is now responsive. So I would have to check what's the trends in that and maybe revamp that module to make it responsive.
Yeah, definitely.
But November, I spent November in the Persona bar things. So.
Yeah. So I have an update. I have a client who's using what module was it? Oh, there's the DNN Connect user management module. That's what it was. So some time ago, that got archived. When the Persona bar came out, I think is about when it was. And so I have a client that's been using it, and they upgraded to DNN 911, but they can't go to 9.2 yet. There's just too much code to be updated, and but in 911, I don't know how much you've used the user feature in there, but it's incredibly buggy, and so they were already using DNN Connect user management module because it's better than the one that was in prior versions of DNN. And so they wanted to use it with DNN 9.1, but the Telerik support is obviously no longer there, so they couldn't use it. It wouldn't even load. So I kind of resurrected that module-ish. I don't know. I'm not saying that it's fully supported or anything, but implementing those updates and have a new version out there, and I posted that in DNN Connect. So if anybody is using that, it does work in the DNN 9.1x at this point. And there are plans to update that for 9.2. So
cool. Contact me if you need some help. I've done a lot, so.
Yeah, we'll do. Yeah. Okay. That's that. Anything else for extensions? All right. Sounds good. Mr. Lucas. Curriculum.
Yeah, sorry, I was on mute. Well, basically, I've been training the IT department of the university, as also they are now in discussion with Microsoft, so they can get academic licenses for the .NET servers, Microsoft servers, which is fine. With Sexton, basically, because in the universities, every faculty. Sorry. Can you hear me?
It's Alessandra not muting.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you, Lucas. Continue, please.
I'm sorry. So now the university is in discussions with Microsoft to get academic licenses for all servers because each faculty has its own website and its own IT department. So they are not basically thinking of migrating to DNN if they don't have academic licenses. Because the cost is too high for them. It's like, I think, 18 departments and 8 faculties, something like that. Now, I know that curriculums are for schools, basically. So I've been digging around, worldwide events for schools. There are some events for schools in Greece. They are powered by Microsoft, and you can go there and talk to little children and show them how to build games without coding and stuff like that. So one of those events is start of next week. It's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I've been in discussion with I don't know the individual basically where it's the public service regarding how schools are working. I've had some issues with some teachers which are really old and doesn't want me to go there to teach new stuff. I don't know why. So yeah, I'm pursuing that direction. Do you want me to send you links about these events and everything?
Did you ask if you should send links? If that's what you asked, then yes, that'd be great.
Okay.
Nice. Anything else for curriculum? Who was just the doggy? Oh, it's John. That's awesome. Alrighty. All right, moving on to training and courses. Mr. Tracy.
All right, hey guys. So DNN Training Academy, we've moved it into a different platform, and we're working on completing some more videos before we actually officially kind of, I guess you could call it a relaunch. Just to let you know what we have in there now, real quick, is we cover the persona bar, basic site configurations, user management, page management, DNN theming, advanced page theming, module basics. We go through some of the key core DNN modules, liquid content administration, liquid content theming, and some other liquid content tips. We also have a section on workflows, and currently we have a section of videos to get to for localization. That's Lucas's task with that. Alessandra has added to this as well with some other theming videos and workflow videos. And we also have some other bonus videos that we've already decided that we're going to do as well. So there's kind of a lot of stuff in there right now. There's I forget how many videos, well over 100, but we've got some more to add. And we also have I like the fact that we've got a few clients that have purchased this for their web teams. We've got multiple people in there right now, which is kind of cool. So we will have, I was planning to have this new version launched and starting to promote it this month. We're hoping to do that. Holidays makes it a little tough, but we're hoping to do that a couple months ago, but we just have a lot of other stuff to do at the same time, as everyone can relate, I'm sure. But we're hoping to either relaunch that. If it's not this month, it'll definitely be early January for sure. So I want to relaunch that at least a month before the summit, in conjunction with that. So hopefully we can get some eyeballs and get that kind of rocking and rolling more. So there's where we are with DNN Training Academy.
That's outstanding. A long time coming, a lot of work. Thank you for doing that. That's great. Anybody else have any updates? Is anybody else doing their own training courses? That's absolutely acceptable.
Tracy is also giving a training course at DNN Summit.
Oh, that's actually a really good thing to mention, to be honest.
I think you are too, Will.
Yes.
Actually, that is myself and Alessandra are doing the training day for Evoke Evoke and liquid content administration. So that should be fun.
Good luck understanding me.
What?
Good luck understanding. Yeah, okay, never mind.
There's other trainers, but I think Anthony is one, right? Scott is another one. Yeah.
So Ryan
Oh.
Moore's doing the administration. Anthony, Scott, Will, yeah, that's it, I believe.
Awesome. All right, cool. All-star cast. I don't know why I'm there anymore. All right, moving on to themes. Tracy released something exciting.
We did. Actually, thanks a lot to Alessandra as well. So we released a free blocks theme, and we have a pro version of that for sale in the DNN store if anybody's interested. But yeah, we released a free blocks theme out there to the community on I think Alessandra uploaded that to Git last week.
Yeah, Blocks Free is the community edition, and Blocks Pro is the
commercial.
More stuff and give us your money. Well, it is what it is.
I like
Cats
it.
gotta eat. Cats gotta eat.
Not really a DNN theme, but we have built a Jekyll DNN branded theme for GitHub pages for DNN open source projects. Anyone would like to write documentation using that or anything else, that would be a GitHub page, but DNN branded. It uses the correct corporate colors and logo and stuff. It's on the DNN community GitHub.
Oh.
Yeah, it's available. Just grab it. It's on the DNN community. It's a DNN Jekyll theme. I can paste you the link.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I've already pasted it in there.
Okay, awesome.
Good stuff. All right. Anything else for me?
Maybe in your notes, it's a DNN branded Jekyll theme.
I get that right? No, it's one L, right? Oops.
I think it's right. 2 L's, I think. Jekyll. Yeah, 2 L. Yeah.
Awesome. Oh, yeah, that's in the year up, though. All right. Cool. Awesome. Great stuff for the themes. Speaker programs looking for a champion. So right now that one is in limbo. So we'll move on from that one, but do know if this is an area you want to help us with, please let us know in the comments where you see the video, or reach out to us anywhere you see us, because we are everywhere. All right. User group program. I will talk to David about that later.
Still waiting for a meeting.
Moving on. All right. Monthly goals. So we try to shut up. Sorry, it's still doing it. I muted it.
Shot.
Boring.
Shot.
John wants us to go back to user group program. John, did you have an update? No? Are you muted?
Going once?
There you go. I hear somebody. Don? Okay. All right, moving on. Awareness, monthly goal. So, I don't know if you're muted now. Don?
We can't hear you if that's what you're asking.
Yeah. Going once. Going twice. Oh, okay. All right, so Chicago, DNN.org. There we go. And that is all. All right. Awareness monthly goals. Yeah, it's kind of weird when a mic dies. Yeah. We have to have national memorial for it. All right, next month. Oh yeah, so we're finishing up the year, so I haven't quantified like what our yes, a moment of silence is already done. That's funny. So yeah, I haven't quantified like what we've done over the year, but we've killed it with the blogs. I would imagine we've at least doubled it, if not tripled it. YouTube videos, I would say the same about that. Training course overall, the goal was one per quarter. As a community, we didn't need necessarily any one person to only do training courses. So we're behind on that one, but that's fine. We got one coming up. And let's see here, new and updated open source extensions. Considering the work that Daniel's put in, I think we've killed that as well because he doesn't know how to sleep. So thank you, Daniel.
If you spread the work over the year, it's okay.
Yeah.
This month has been my focus has been shifting away from that for this month.
Yeah, I think it's good.
On average, we're good.
Yeah. All right. So one of the things that our long-term goals. One of the things I want us as a group to think about is we kind of arbitrarily created these goals, and so once we start to look at the dashboard beta and we start to think of this and discuss this on Slack, by the time we have our next meeting next month, which is also next year, it would be nice for us to, as a group, come together with some sort of ideas like what are our goals for this next year, right? So what do we think that we can do and should do? What should these goals be, audacious? Should they be realistic? So it would be nice if everybody would come to the table and we use that as, and we have that as one of our primary talking points. What are our goals for the year? So just keep that in mind. And now we're going to move on to the open forum. Oops, what did I just do? Okay, here we go. Does anybody have anything for the open forum? And for right now, it's the recorded open forum, and we have about 10 minutes left. So the open forum, just in case anybody's wondering what that is, this is when you can bring up any topic that you'd like. And there's my update for the meeting for the website. All right, let's see here. What do we got here? Some comments in here. What about DNN Store, Francisco? And Don, yeah, what I said earlier, that's the meeting with Andy. We're talking to him about the website document and plan that we've been working on, well, really pretty much all year. So we're presenting that to him to get his feedback. So Francisco's asking about what the plans are for DNN Store. David, do you want to take that?
No.
Maybe we'll table that one for 1 month. There may be some updates to discuss on that one. In, what are we in, December and January?
The headphones just broke now.
I do have a question about the DNN Store. Has there been any conversation about having, I mean, I hate to bring up a competitor, but its initials are a WP, which has a very nice method of downloading and learning about stores, about modules. Sorry for the old school thing, the terminology inside the administrative interface. So you're in as host, you're looking at extensions, and can type something in, and the store comes up inside the administrative interface.
So that would be
a feature?
It's funny
Or what?
because that's a feature that came with DNN 8, and then
Yeah.
with the move to the persona bar that was taken away. Right now, I know the team focus is on bringing the persona bar to the latest version of dependencies and more of the backend stuff. But I know there's a next area of focus, which is improving the persona bar. So I think the technology to do it should be there because it was available on the DNN 8, and it's mainly a UI thing that we need to do.
That would be a great issue to potentially put out there as an RFC on the admin experience project out there. So that could be a good one for someone to tackle potentially for 9.4.
Yeah. Another thing that could be nice would be for third-party module vendors to actually have a update notification when they have a new version directly inside of DNN. But that's a good point to have an RFC on that.
Let me know if there's anything I can do to help with that. I don't mind doing, work on writing that, whatever, with this RFC. Just let me know.
Yeah. Doing it all would be awesome.
So that you bring up something that kind of triggered a memory for me here when talking about notifications. There's been some talk it kind of started in the NV Quick. Which one was that, Will, that you posted that issue on? Was that NV Quick site, I think? And about the idea of notifications and so forth, and that has evolved quite a bit. Well, I think it started in NV Quick site, and we shifted it over to NV Quick Pulse. But there's not a whole lot of progress on this. But I'd be interested to hear people's ideas on having some form, be it either a mobile app and or a desktop experience where you can get notifications on any community modules that are being updated, releases, new versions of things that are coming out, because I believe this is very doable. It just hasn't completely solidified into like what the kind of solution would be. But for right now, it would be easy to integrate this into NV Quick Pulse, which is a mobile app, but it could be converted to a desktop experience as well. So we get notifications when there's anything going on in the community. It could be based on favorites as well, so that you wouldn't get bombarded with tons of notifications as well. So if you have ideas on that, let me know, because that might be something for the new year to look into.
Good stuff. And it's also awesome that everybody's concerned about talking about and thinking about DNN Store. So I like it. All right. Anything else for open forum? We got, I'll say, 5 minutes. And if there's something that needs to be off the recording, let me know and I'll stop. Yeah, I agree, Alessandra. So Alessandra in the chat's talking about having a product template so that way DNN vendors can have a consistent layout, and that's not a bad idea. Definitely something that could be in there, and also still allowing vendors to be creative. Maybe that'll be in a future release of the store, update of the store or something. All right. Anything else? Going once? Going twice? All right. Well, if you're watching the video, thank you for watching. For those of you that attended the meeting, thank you for attending. Really appreciate it. So right after this meeting, we're going to be talking about the future of the DNN website. So we'll have that as an update for you in the next meeting, unless we have something that we end up posting publicly otherwise. Thank you, and give you a few minutes back for your day. Appreciate it, and we'll see you in the next meeting. Thank you.